Saint of the Day, September 15th. Our Lady of Sorrows. September 15th is dedicated to Our Lady of Sorrows, a feast that invites the faithful to contemplate the deep and loving suffering of the Blessed Virgin Mary. This Marian title draws our attention to the moments of profound sorrow that marked Mary's life as the mother of Jesus, highlighting her extraordinary faith, compassion, and perseverance in the face of suffering. The origins of this feast date back to the Middle Ages. By the 11th century, Benedictine monks and other religious communities began to reflect more deeply on the sufferings of Mary, and by the 12th century, this devotion had spread under various titles across Europe. The feast was officially established in 1423 by a provincial synod in Cologne, Germany. Over time, the Church recognized the spiritual richness of this devotion, and in 1814, Pope Pius VII extended the feast to the Universal Church. Our Lady of Sorrows is often depicted in sacred art with her heart pierced by 1 or 7 swords, each representing a sorrow she endured. This powerful image encapsulates Mary's intimate participation in the suffering and redemption brought by her Son, Jesus Christ. It also serves as a reminder that, as followers of Christ, we too are called to unite our own sorrows with His, trusting that God can bring forth new life even from the greatest pain. Central to this feast is the devotion known as the 7 Sorrows of Mary. This prayerful practice invites us to meditate on 7 pivotal events of suffering in Mary's life. Each sorrow draws us closer to the human experience of loss, grief, and hope, reminding us that Mary walked the path of faith, even when it was shrouded in darkness. The 7 Sorrows of Mary are: 1. The prophecy of Simeon, Luke 2 verses 34-35. When Mary and Joseph presented the infant Jesus in the temple, Simeon foretold that a sword would pierce Mary's own soul. This prophecy marked the beginning of her lifelong union with her son's mission and suffering. 2. The flight into Egypt, Matthew 2 verses 13-15. Warned by an angel, Mary and Joseph fled to Egypt to escape King Herod's deadly persecution. The Holy Family became refugees, enduring hardship and fear to protect the Christ child. 3. The loss of the child Jesus in the temple, Luke 2 verses 41-51. When Jesus was 12, he remained in the temple unbeknownst to his parents. For 3 days, Mary and Joseph searched anxiously for their lost son, experiencing the agony of separation and uncertainty. 4. Mary meets Jesus on the way to Calvary, tradition, 4th station of the cross. As Jesus carried his cross, Mary encountered him along the Via Dolorosa. Their eyes met amid the chaos and cruelty of the crowd, and Mary's heart was racked with sorrow at her son's suffering. 5. The crucifixion and death of Jesus, John 19 verses 25-30. Mary stood at the foot of the cross, witnessing the agony and death of Jesus. She shared intimately in his sacrifice, offering her own anguish for the salvation of the world. 6. Jesus is taken down from the cross, John 19 verses 38-40. Mary received her son's lifeless body into her arms. This moment, often depicted in the Pietà, reveals her profound grief and her unwavering love. 7. The burial of Jesus, John 19 verses 41-42. Mary accompanied Jesus' body to the tomb, experiencing the finality of death while clinging to hope in God's promise. Through these sorrows, Mary teaches us how to remain steadfast in faith, even amid suffering. Her compassionate heart invites us to bring our own pain, fears, and losses to the Lord, trusting that God's love can transform every sorrow into a source of grace and strength. Devotion to Our Lady of Sorrows encourages us to meditate on the mysteries of suffering and redemption. Mary's example shows that suffering, united with Christ, is never meaningless. Rather, it can be a path to deeper love and union with God. On this feast, let us turn to Our Lady of Sorrows, asking her to intercede for us and to help us carry our own crosses with courage, faith, and love. May her maternal compassion bring comfort to all who suffer and inspire us to trust in God's unfailing mercy. Our Lady of Sorrows, pray for us.